So my name is John Ross Headbush. I am originally from Port Elizabeth, now known as Gqeberha. Um, my role here at the Insurance Institute of South Africa is the Executive Manager for Finance and Operations. So I handle all the numbers. I'm also labeled as the bean counter. I'm also responsible for compliance. And hence, I'm also responsible for the BEE portfolio to ensure that we get the best level.
100%.
So we are currently level 1 BEE, and that has happened through the journey that we've been through with SED and SED123. So when I joined the organization in 2019, we had a non-compliant BEE status, and as we were scrambling to look for the right partners, our chairperson introduced us to BEE123 in 2020, and late 2020 we partnered and we got introduced to the likes of Tando from SED, and we started our journey there, and it's been quite a fruitful one with meaningful results. So the Insurance Institute of South Africa, we are a professional body in insurance, and we focus on educating professionals. We thought it's also imperative that we start building a pipeline and a level of awareness at a basic education level. So that was the first criteria for children at a high school level to be aware of what we do and how to access the insurance profession. Secondly, we looked at all the schools within Gauteng. We established that they've got access to big corporates which can support them, and the impact that we would be making here would be far less than if we would go to rural areas. So we then partnered with SED to assist us in finding the right schools in rural areas, and they identified a village in Mpumalanga called KwaNyamazane. And there were 2 schools there that we identified. We went there together with our CEO, we presented the insurance profession to them, and we partnered with one of the schools at the end of the day. And with that, we're still with the school today, and I also like what we've achieved with them, and they sent us very good reviews and letters of how well their matric grade is passing and their methodology that they adopted through the support they have given us. So the first product we engaged them with was the textbooks, especially around maths and science. There's always an interest on the STEM subjects, but ours was on maths and science initially. And then last year, they actually were very interested in accounting. So we supported that in that area as well. The second thing that we wanted to do is exposure. So we identified the top 5 learners in the school, and we said they need to be exposed to a cosmopolitan area like Johannesburg. So we invited them over to spend a week with us. They stayed in a 5-star hotel. They also went to see the officials at the presidency in the union buildings, and they were engaging the officials there regarding the presidential hotline. And the presidency was very impressed to have those caliber of students coming from the rural areas. We also did expose them to actual work and gave them some tasks to do on the job. We also sent 2 of them to go work for an accounting firm for 2 days, and they really enjoyed that experience. And lastly, we exposed them to an executive from one of our big corporate partners in the insurance industry, just to give them a work readiness talk to say, this is how you should conduct yourself at work, how you email, this the basic etiquette of how you conduct yourself in a workplace. And I think it was quite meaningful for the kids to go through that. So we're very big on that. And we know when people come from, or kids come from a rural area into cosmopolitan big cities, they struggle to integrate. And that work readiness element is something that we're passionate about. And I think we do that because big corporates complain and say that yes, these kids have got degrees and they've got all these beautiful qualifications. However, they cannot do the work. They struggle to get things done. So we want to also play a stopgap to ensure that the corporates don't experience that, so that when the kids go into a work environment, it can be all systems go. So recently, we picked up a need, especially in outlying areas, of scientific calculators. So we're currently in the process of partnering with 2 other schools in the Northwest, the rural Northwest, and we'll speak to you more about that, whereby we'll be giving away calculators, scientific calculators. And you would think that this is something small, but to those kids out there, it's very big having a scientific calculator at the high school level. And it's a very difficult thing to go and obtain. In the cosmopolitan areas, easy peasy, you can get a calculator even if you are in the townships. So we're partnering with the SED and another foundation, GoMats, to ensure that this is rolled out very well and seamlessly. Annually, we have our annual conference as the Insurance Institute of South Africa, where all the big insurance giants come in and spend a week in the Sun City to share expert knowledge. And it's something that we want to showcase and see how they can also partner in this great initiative. So initially, when we partnered, we actually wanted to get a good BE rating. However, as the leadership of the organization, together with the board, it was important to us that we don't just do a tick box exercise, because as partnering with you showed us this, we can easily achieve a good BE rating, of which now we're at level 1. When we started, we are non-compliant. However, it is important that we make an impact, and I think we chose the right partners, especially with SED, to have an impact in the community. And what I like about SED is that they go over the call of duty and beyond the call of duty to see the impact. Utando, as we were traveling to Mpumalanga, she always has this vision of how are we going to impact 1 million learners, in a particular period of time, and she's holding on to that, and that is what I love. We are supporters of that kind of a vision, and we want to see the impact realized in our lifetime.